Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, are we just tiny, insignificant specks in a vast, cold universe? Or is there something more? What if I told you that the most mysterious thing in the cosmos isn't a black hole or a distant galaxy, but the very thing you're using to think about this question right now? Your own consciousness. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mind-bending ideas in science and philosophy. Could our consciousness actually shape the universe? This isn't just some sci-fi fantasy. The question has roots in the bizarre world of quantum mechanics. You've probably heard of the famous double-slit experiment. It's a cornerstone of quantum physics, and it's where things get really weird. When scientists fire particles, like electrons, at a screen with two slits, something strange happens. If you're not watching, each electron behaves like a wave, passing through both slits at once and creating an interference pattern on the other side. But the moment you set up a detector to see which slit the electron goes through, poof, the wave collapses, and the electron acts like a solid particle, going through only one slit. This is called the observer effect. The very act of observing changes the outcome. Now, for decades, observer just meant a measuring device, but some physicists and philosophers have dared to ask, what if the observer needs to be conscious? What if it's the act of a conscious mind perceiving the result that forces reality to pick a state? This idea, championed by brilliant minds like John von Neumann and Eugene Wigner, suggests that consciousness is not just a passive witness to the universe, but an active participant in creating it. Wigner even proposed a thought experiment called Wigner's Friend, where one scientist's observation remains in a quantum superposition until another conscious observer confirms it. It implies that reality might be layered, dependent on who is observing what. This leads us to the participatory anthropic principle, proposed by the legendary physicist John Archibald Wheeler. He famously said, "We are participants in bringing into being not only the near and here, but the far away and long ago." In this view, the universe is a self-excited circuit. It starts with a big bang, evolves over billions of years, and eventually gives rise to conscious beings like us. Our observations, in turn, look back in time and give tangible reality to the very history that created us. It's a cosmic feedback loop. Imagine the universe as a giant question mark, and consciousness is the answer that makes the question real. Without observers, the universe might just exist as a fog of countless possibilities, a quantum soup of what it's our conscious measurement that collapses those possibilities into a definite, concrete history. So, does this mean you can change the past just by thinking about it? Not exactly. The theory suggests that our observation solidifies one path out of many potential histories, but it's a path that must be consistent with our present state. We are selecting a history, not rewriting it. Think of it like this. A story can have many possible backstories, but once you read the ending, you can deduce the backstory that led to it. Our existence and our observations provide that ending for the universe's story. It's a radical idea, suggesting that we are not just living in the universe, we are completing it. But let's be clear, this is far from mainstream science. Most physicists today favor interpretations of quantum mechanics that don't require a special role for consciousness. One of the leading alternatives is the many worlds interpretation. This theory says that there's no collapse at all. Instead, every time a quantum measurement is made, the universe splits. In one universe, the electron went through the left slit. In another identical universe, it went through the right. So, when you make a choice, you're not collapsing a wave function. You're simply determining which branch of reality you'll continue to experience. In this view, consciousness doesn't shape the universe. It just navigates a specific path through an infinitely branching multiverse. Every possibility is real, somewhere. Another popular explanation is decoherence. This theory explains the observer effect without resorting to consciousness or splitting universes. It suggests that a quantum system, like our electron, doesn't stay isolated. It constantly interacts with its environmental molecules, photons, everything. This interaction is enough to smear its wave-like properties, making it behave like a classical particle long before any conscious mind observes it. A measuring device is just a very large piece of the environment that causes decoherence very, very quickly. So, in this view, consciousness is an illusion, a byproduct of complex brain processes, with no fundamental role in the physics of the universe. The universe would get along just fine without us. So we have these competing, mind-boggling ideas. On one hand, consciousness is fundamental, a co-creator of reality itself. On the other, it's an emergent property of matter in a universe that splits into infinite copies, or it's just a complex biological process with no special cosmic significance. How could we ever test these ideas? This is where it gets tricky. Science relies on testable predictions, and it is incredibly difficult to design an experiment that isolates consciousness from its physical brain or the environment. However, scientists are getting creative. Some are exploring the boundaries of quantum mechanics with larger and larger objects, trying to see at what scale the weirdness stops. If we could put a macroscopic object, like a tiny dust mote, into a superposition, and then see if a conscious observer collapses it differently than a machine, that could be a clue. Others are looking into the brain itself, using neuroscience and quantum biology to see if quantum effects play a direct role in how consciousness arises. Could our thoughts themselves be quantum computations? If so, it would build a stronger bridge between the mind and the quantum world. Right now, we don't have the final answer. We're like ancient explorers mapping the edges of a new continent. We have conflicting reports and wild theories, but the territory is largely unknown. The idea that consciousness shapes reality is both thrilling and unsettling. It places humanity at the center of the cosmic story, giving our existence profound meaning. But it also comes with immense responsibility. If our perceptions help create reality, then the way we see the world with hope, or with fear, with curiosity, or with indifference matters on a cosmic scale. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in the middle, a synthesis of these ideas that we can't yet imagine. What we do know is that the universe is far stranger and more mysterious than we ever thought. And the puzzle of consciousness is perhaps the greatest mystery of all. Are we the ghosts in the machine, the navigators of the multiverse, or the architects of space-time itself? The quest to find out is one of the most exciting adventures in all of human thought. What do you think? Is consciousness the key that unlocks the universe? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy exploring these big questions, make sure to subscribe for more.